Gretchen. I thought that it would be good to do some like wins and losses from the last 6 months of being a pediatric psychologist. I wrote down a list. And yeah, I feel like the last 6 months have gone really well for the most part. I think that there were some challenges that I wasn't expecting, and I feel like I'm better at it than I thought I was going to be. Not to say that I like went into this thinking I was going to be terrible. I just went into it thinking like I'm not 100% sold that pediatric psychology is for me, especially like working with hemonc kids and like hemonc is hematology oncology kids with cancer, kids with sickle cell and or other blood disorders. I was like, I'm not sure this is for me. I don't know how I feel about like going in these kids' hospital rooms and all of that. So like I wasn't sold on like this is what my career would look like, right? I wasn't sold that this is what my career would look like, but like it's been a really good 6 months. So I was gonna go through some of the hardships and then we'll end with the wins and then we'll be out of here. Okay. So some of the hardest parts of this job, I think, something that like I think I was prepared for, but like also it still was really hard, was losing my first patient. And it was devastating because I feel like I learned so much from this patient. He was my first critical care patient. He was a long timer. Like he had been in the hospital for most of the time that like I had got there. And so it was just, I felt really close to this patient, and it's really sad when you lose your patients. Especially like this, and especially in this sort of situation where like I knew it was coming, I just didn't know when. That was really hard, and that was really, yeah, it's still a little hard. I think that it was just a tough situation because it's brand new. I've never had that happen before, so that was pretty hard. I would say some of the other like logistical hardships are like figuring out how to get my notes done on time. Because like when I'm inpatient, those notes have to be done that day, but when it's like outpatient, those notes don't have to be done that day. And then like I see so many kids in a row on outpatient days where it just makes it really hard to get my notes done. I'm trying really hard to do like the notes in the 10 minutes, but sometimes honestly after some sessions I just need 10 minutes to like sit still and like reset for the next kid. So I feel like my notes and consistently getting my notes done at work and not always defaulting to like, oh, I'll just do it at home, no biggie. I want to do better with like that not being the default. Like even if I don't finish it that day, the default should be, okay, we'll do it tomorrow. And yeah, I think the other really hard thing that I'm still trying to figure out, I'm still sorting through, is sort of like my professional goals and like, once fellowship is over next summer, like what is it that I want to do? What kind of position do I want? And honestly, I'm not sure. I feel like a lot of my grad school career has been like, just do the next step, the next step, the next step. And now it's wide open and there's so many next steps that like, I just don't know. So I'm trying to figure that out. And like some of the next steps are very like limited because it's like, is there going to even be a job here? Like there's a place that I would love to work at, right? But like, I don't know if next summer they'll have a job available. So like, it's really hard for me to do my professional goals, especially because like I wasn't planning on staying in pediatric psychology. And now I'm sort of at a point where I kind of want to stay. So yeah, let's get into the wins. Okay, un momento. Let me check my food. Okay, so some of the wins from the last 6 months of being a pediatric psychologist, I would say being a part of a really, really good team is like a win in and of itself, because I feel like not everyone gets that opportunity to like be a part of a really good team. and I feel so comfortable with my team, and I'm getting really good supervision. I get to like try out new things that I wouldn't have tried out before. I feel like I'm very trusted, and like it just is a good fit for me and my training and my personality. Like I just feel very, 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 very comfortable here, which I really like. I feel like my team is really comfortable, and it's not one of those teams where we're like all up in each other's business. Like we come to work, we're like cordial at work, we're like kikiing at work, but like once work is done, like I would probably hang out with them outside of work, like if we did like a happy hour for the division or something, but like it's not expected that it's not expected that we'll tell each other all about our lives, which I really like. Another win is that I feel really good about the work I do, and I feel valued, and I feel like the medical team here really is like bought into my services and really like, oh, this makes a difference for our kids, and this makes a difference in their care. And so like we want Tanesha to see all of these kids, which is really great, but like sometimes it's a little overwhelming because like I've never not to say that the team at UF wasn't as integrated, but it just was different because like I wasn't interfacing with the medical team nearly as much. But here I am like a part of the team, and they're like, oh, where's Tanesha? Her kid's in, or her patient's in right now. Like, let's make sure that Tanesha gets to see them, lay eyes on them and stuff like that. I've been doing care a little bit scared and like building my confidence, which is something that I always want to work on, because like I feel like some people interpret when I'm nervous, when I'm like talking about some new thing that I'm going to do, I feel like they interpret that as like I feel like unconfident and like I won't do a good job. But that's not the case. Like I can do things scared very confidently. And so I've been doing a lot of that here because like this is all pretty new to me. I mean, pediatrics, like oncology stuff isn't super new to me, but like some of the other things are really new. And so I feel like I'm doing the new things very confidently without I guess showing how scared I really am about it. I feel like I've been doing a really good job with balancing my work and my life. Mostly, like I said before, I have been bringing notes home, but only like once or twice a week. So I feel like that's pretty good compared to when I was at UF. I was bringing work home all the time. So I feel like we're figuring out the work-life balance. And I guess another win is that like I wrote a part of a chapter, and I've never done that before. And the feedback I got on it, like the edits and stuff, were like very minor things. So I felt really good about like my writing abilities and what I put forth for that section of the chapter. And so I'm excited about that for when that comes out. So here's to the next 6 plus 12, 18 months of pediatric psychology here and pediatric fellowship. And yeah, I feel really good. I feel like I'm getting my groove and I really like it. And so like that feels good too. So thanks so much for hanging out with me. If you have watched this far, leave a purple emoji. Be sure to catch me on other social medias, Twitch, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, kinda, and wherever else you'll find me on social media. Be sure to leave a comment. I would love to hear how you're doing, and I will see you guys next time. Peace out. I love you all so much. Bye.